Am I in?
Yeah, you're in.
Cool. What's up, guys, and welcome to today's vlog. Today, me and my friend Dave
What's up?
are recording a few podcasts, and I'm going to take some pictures later. But as the host, it is my obligation to go out and get us the obligatory monsters. So we're just about to head out and grab some monsters. The reason I'm recording now is because the topic of one of today's podcasts is all about like self-confidence and not really listening to what other people say about you unless it's constructive. So I just want to touch briefly on that now, just in case you're not going to watch the podcast or you haven't watched it. Well, I want Dave to really talk about this because we're both going to be talking about it in the podcast, and I'm on these vlogs a lot, so I don't want you to just see my ugly mug. So I'm going to let Dave talk just a little bit about self-confidence and how he deals with it, like in the gym, or if he has it, anything like that. So take it away, mate.
Hold on. Right, so you want me to talk about self-confidence in the gym and anxiety and things like that?
Yeah, just like
in the gym.
Obviously,
I mean,
you're a bigger guy than most. I'm not calling you fat by any means, right?
Conor Mooney Fitness exposed. calls fatties fat.
No, I'm not. But you must have had at some point like weird looks or something, because you're a relatively strong guy as well.
Yeah, I mean, I get looks all the time. Like, I'll be loading 150 onto a squat bar, and when you're loading like that much weight onto a squat bar, you know the entire weight room of the gym is looking at you. You know that, and I know this because I did a 150 squat and failed it. Didn't have pins in my squat bar, and my spotter couldn't lift it off me. And 4 guys ran over like that second, which I suppose was a good thing that they were looking at me. But it is always there in the back of your mind that, you know, people are looking at you because you are doing something out of the norm or whatever. I'm probably not I'm not the best person to talk about anxiety of people looking at you in the gym, because I'm the type of person that just doesn't give a shit.
Care. What makes you not give a shit though? I mean, with most people, they're too, like, even just getting your phone out and taking a picture, but we fucking record in the gym.
Yeah, I mean, I think to me it's a case of, not that I don't value other people's opinions, but if somebody is going to say something negative towards me, or they're going to look at me in a way that's like, what are you doing? I then instantly don't value that opinion, because I'm of the mindset of, well, unless you're positive and unless you're going to add value to my life or something else, then I don't care. Like, your opinion isn't valid to me.
Unless it's going to be constructive.
Yeah, and I mean, if somebody says to me, look, mate, like, if I'm filming in the gym and someone's like, I don't want to be on video, like, can you not film me? Then I'll be like, yeah, no worries, mate. Like, I'll arrange my camera in a different way so that you're not in the video. That's fine. But if someone looks at me and they're like, what are you filming in the gym for? Who do you think you are? Christian Guzman? Like, you know, it's a case of, well, everybody starts somewhere. Like, just because you're a fucking loser with no hope who works on site for 40 hours a week, goes out on the weekend, sticks Tren into his arsehole, and then punches his girlfriend in the face because she said no to him. Like, you know, there's
a reference there.
Well,
is there a reference there?
No, I mean, it's those types of people.
Yeah, that you don't want.
It's either the types of people that are like so into it that they like stick Tren needles in their asshole, or it's the type of people that really aren't in shape and aren't doing anything with their life.
Yeah, and they're the ones that comment on it.
And at that point, I'm like, well, you're not doing anything.
It's the same thing. Did you see my story the other day when the monsters? Yeah, you did, because you fucking you tagged me in a post about like how people will comment on the fact that I drink sugar-free monsters. Yet they're the same people that go out and drink every single weekend and then binge on the weekends. I'm like, mate, one monster a day is not going to be as detrimental as one of your weekends. Yeah, that's the thing. And like, personally, recently I've been trying to cut monsters down. Because I'm not cutting them out completely, but I'm just cutting them down a little bit, because I've gotten from drinking like 3 a day, and then I'll drink 2 in the morning and then 1 in the evening. But that 1 in the evening, sometimes I'll mix it with pre-workout, and my caffeine tolerance is just going through the roof. Yeah, that's exactly mine. So I'm kind of cutting them down to 1 a day on normal days. I mean, tonight I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. So I'll probably have 1 with you now, and then one a little bit later on. Yeah. So that'll be 2. But like, I don't sweat it too much. But yeah, it's all about whose opinion you value, and if they're
if somebody's opinion matters that much to you, that you're going to change whatever it is that you're doing because they don't like the fact that you're trying to better yourself, then that's something that you need to work on and something that you need to look at yourself and be like, well, do I really need this person to tell me what to do? Because probably not.
No, exactly. Preach it.
So, yeah, that's kind of the way that I look at it.
Fuck.
Frying here. Have you been cooking like chicken and stir fry and stuff?
No, I've just made some mince in the kitchen.
Mate, it smells so good.
I know, right? I'm a good cook. So we just got back from getting some monsters. Well, not monsters. We're too cheap, so we got Rockstars today. So we're just about to set up the podcast in the front room. Usually I do this in my office, but the sunlight is amazing today. So I'm going to try and get this beautiful man in a better light. So these podcasts will be out either, one will be out next Friday, next Saturday, and the other will be out afterwards. We're just going to set this up, and then... What are you doing there, Dave?
Normally tequila has a worm, but vodka now has a wheat.
Yeah, a client got me that for Christmas.
Of course they did.
We're going to set this up, and then we'll catch up with you soon. The manager there.
Yeah.
So I started working at McDonald's, and the same thing happened. I didn't give a shit at the time, the fact that I was working at McDonald's. I was just thinking, I'm earning money every 2 weeks. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Right? But it was, so there would be people, I remember it as well. In my criminology class, there was this girl. She was also in my critical thinking class. She was really switched on, really brainy. She came into McDonald's when I was working there, and she was like, she said the same thing, what you doing here? And I was like, working. She was like, I haven't seen you in class lately. And I was like, I don't go to college anymore. And then so she, I don't think she gave me a judgmental look, but it kind of felt like it.
It feels like
so
it,
she went off, and I was sitting there at my break, and I was like, so I've went from doing law at college to working in McDonald's. The top person in the class has just come in, and Right, so that's one of the 2 podcasts down. We just finished talking about confidence and dealing with confidence, and we spoke a little bit about positivity in this podcast as well. So we've got one more to do. The podcast that we just recorded, I think, is the best one that I've ever recorded with anyone. And we didn't even plan it. It just flowed so well. The conversation was engaging. So I'm going to take a few clips, chuck them in video format, chuck them on YouTube. So if you want to see anything before the video comes out, stay tuned. I'll have them on Instagram as well. While Dave's just in the toilet, I'm going to think of another topic. I'm just going to show you how I actually set the podcast up. So if you guys want to start one, you'd know how to do it, because I don't really use a lot of equipment. I'm very basic. So literally all I've got to film is my phone camera on a mounted tripod that is Dave's with another tripod on it. I've got my 2 microphones that I hook up to my audio interface, which then I run through Reaper. Now, Reaper is a free audio editing software, but you can also get Audacity. That's one that you use for your podcast, isn't it?
I do.
The whole setup doesn't really cost me a lot. The only expensive things were the mics and the audio interface, but I got the audio interface with a microphone for maybe £150, and the other mic was a tenner. Mic stands are about £10 each. The mic clips as well come with the mic stand, and everyone has a smartphone. That's literally how I record my podcast, with a smartphone.
Here's a slightly easier way. So, you can get a USB microphone that you can literally USB straight into your laptop. Any laptop will do it. You can use Reaper, you can use Audacity, you can use Adobe, I've got one as well. I can't remember what it's called. You can then hook that straight into your laptop, into the software, record. Yep. There you go, podcast, done.
And that's how I did, if you watched one of my videos earlier, that's how I used to record my podcast. I got a podcast about toxic friends and negativity, and I literally just plugged a audio interface.
Did we do that one?
No, it was just me. And literally I just plugged the microphone into the laptop in the little USB slots down here. I loaded up Premiere Pro, put my camera on the stand, just recorded. The microphone cost me 15 quid, and if you watch my last vlog titled Current Physique Update and Leg Day, the quality of it is quite good. So that's how we set up a good quality podcast. There are cheaper ways to do it. I'll leave links for everything that I've got here in the description if I can find everything. I'm not paid to do it. But we're going to record another podcast now, and then we're going to go get some pictures, have something to eat, and then I'm going to drop Dave home.
On the subway.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, I think I've got the calories for a Subway as well.
Yes!
We'll get a Subway, and we'll show you how to fit a Subway into your macros. So, we're going to get on with this podcast, and then, do you want to get some glasses for the Coke?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, we'll catch up with you at Subway. Currently down at our local seafront, taking some pictures for the grams. We've got a nice boat coming past, and Dave is just behind me. Taking some shots. He's just taking some photos of me. How you getting on?
Yeah, man. It's good.
What shots you going for?
Anything. Just getting some experience.
Yeah. Nice little boat going past.
Nice bit of White Link Ferry.
Yeah. Not bad. So we're going to do this for the next few hours. We haven't had any food yet. So we're going to do this for the next few hours, for the next few, about half an hour more. Get some more shots for Instagram. Get good with our cameras. Get to know them a little bit more.
I'm thinking up there.
What, up where?
Tower?
Yeah, what, up there?
Up there.
That'd be nice.
Up there. Cool.
Nice. Right, so I've just seen my camera battery's about to die. So, no more photos for me. But we'll catch up with you guys either when I'm at home or if this has got a bit more juice on it, when we get food. What's up guys, and welcome to the commentary for this video. Now on screen what you're seeing is my most recent back and bicep day, or my most recent pull day. So today I'm just going to talk about the exercises that I was doing, why I was doing them, and really touch on form and how key form is. So the first exercise here is my lat pull down. Now we were going to do pull-ups, and I usually start my pull days off with pull-ups, but the gym was pretty busy at this point, so we just cracked on with this as an alternative. Now as you see here, I've got my shoulders pinned back, and at the top of the movement I'm fully extending my lats, but I'm keeping those shoulders back. I'm not letting them march forward. If that happens, you're going to utilize more bicep and forearm engagement. And here's from the back. So I'm really trying to pull down through my elbows, almost trying to squeeze a tennis ball in between my shoulder blades, and that's really going to help target the lats. The key with this movement is at the top of the exercise, like there for example, you really want to emphasize extending your lats and really letting them stretch out, but keeping those shoulders in control and retracted. Last thing you want to do again is let your shoulders come forward. If that happens, you're doing too much weight, and you're going to feel it in other places other than the muscle group that we're working. So for that, I did 4 sets. I think it was between 10 and 12 reps. We then moved on to what's this exercise called? A cable row, horizontal cable row with a close grip V-bar. Long name. But again, the same principle applies here. You want to keep your shoulders pinned back, pulling through the elbows and squeezing at the back of the movement. Again, with this one, you kind of want to lean forward slightly, as you can see me doing here, but keeping those shoulders retracted so it increases your range of motion. So you make sure you're utilizing the muscle group to its fullest extent. Now, with all of these exercises, you want to go... I was going between 10 to 12 reps on each of these for about 3 or 4, maybe 5 sets on some exercises. Okay, so you want to be in that hypertrophy range, especially with these ones. Pull-ups, you can usually go between like 4 to 6 with a little bit of added resistance through a dumbbell, through a weight plate, because it's more of a strength-based exercise. But yeah, so that's what I was focusing on with this. And as you can see, I'm recording my first set and final set with every exercise, and my form is still 100% perfect. Now, as I go up in weight, my form will break down, and that's okay. But it's just knowing that when that happens, to stop, because as soon as your form breaks down, you're not really going to be working the muscle groups that you want to. So there's progressive overload, and then there's just trying to get the reps out because you want to get the reps out. And it's more important to train smart than it is to train more, essentially. So the next movement I went on to is one-arm dumbbell rows. Now with these, can go pretty heavy. I was going between, again, 10 to 12 reps. I think we did 3 sets of this, and this is, I think, the only unilateral exercise of this workout. Basically, unilateral just means working each muscle group independently of one another. So instead of doing, let's say, pull-ups, you do a one-arm row, because each side of the back is getting an individual weight load, as opposed to separating it between the both sides. So it just helps eliminate any like imbalances or whatnot. So with that, I was going, I think it was 30 to 32 kilos. Then moved on to a superset. Now this is lateral pull downs with a bar, and I supersetted it with face pulls. So we're really targeting the lats in this workout, along with the rear delts on this exercise. The superset
meaning you're performing one exercise after another without any rest, and that equals 1 set. The reason we're doing this is to keep the exercise or the workout intense, to really bring up that intensity, get that heart rate up, start to get a bit of a sweat on. So again, with these, it's all about form. I was going relatively light, and as you saw earlier, I had to drop the weight because I knew I wouldn't be able to get good form with these. Now, typically, I look at this exercise, and if I was doing this again, I would go a little bit lighter. I would come slow on the negative, hold for a second at the bottom, and then I would go back up. So I probably would have gone lighter on that exercise. The bicep portion of this exercise is the first one, easy curl, barbell curl. So usually I'll go about 17 and a half, I think, but this is 27 and a half. I usually go 5 kilos lighter than this, so about 22s. With this, biceps, keep the elbows pinned to your side and tucked in, but as you come up, you do want to kind of bring them forward in front of you slightly, as you can see there. Elbows come slightly in front, maintaining good form. I'm not swaying up. I'm not breaking parallel with my back. I'm controlling the negative. I'm controlling the way up, okay? That's key with it, especially with little muscle groups like these. 3 sets of 10 on that one, and then we finished off with some hammer curls. Now, because I'm dieting for a show at the moment, I can really tell how lean I'm getting just by the definition of my arms, which is good. But again, with these, I'm going 10 kilos. I'm going 12 to 15 reps on this. Fully extending my triceps at the bottom to make sure I'm getting a full extension. But that's going to conclude this workout and this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something from it. I'll see you next time. Workout's on screen at the moment as well if you want to screenshot and do the workout yourself. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.